Having a child with special needs is a challenge, and thankfully there are services available to help parents overcome some of those challenges. But when the child becomes an adult, services tend to dwindle. But that does not mean that the challenges go away. Our next Liftoff Houston winner came up with a business plan to address some of those issues by providing services to young adults with special needs. Joining me now is Lauren Wiggins, Executive Director and owner of the Block of Greater Houston and winner in the service category. Lauren, welcome to Insights.
Thank you.
It's great to have you.
Thank you.
So Lauren, tell me how your business is quite unique. So how did you come up with the concept for the Block of Greater Houston?
And so I've been in the special needs world for about 10 years now. And parents and guardians have relied on the ISDs to give their children the academic skills in order for them to graduate high school. But who is focusing on their social skills that they need in order to gain jobs, to gain relationships, friendships? And there aren't any companies that actually focus on that. And so that's how the Block was created.
So what ignites your passion in serving special needs individuals?
So they have a voice, but no one's listening to them. No one really pays attention to what they have to say. And they have a lot to say. I believe that I work with the smartest human beings on this planet, and it's amazing. They just have a little quirkiness, in which we all do, but they deserve to have a life just like we do. So a lot of special needs adults, as soon as they graduate high school, they kind of stay at home. They're not out and about. You definitely don't see them out in the community. And so I think that they should have fun too. They only have one life, and they should go to concerts and music festivals and whatnot and have fun and enjoy life just like everyone else.
Absolutely. So what made you enter Liftoff Houston Business Plan Competition?
So I created a GoFundMe page back in February of 2018, and unfortunately I only received less than $100. And so I knew that my idea was a great one, and so my friend Tanya actually told me about the Liftoff competition then, and so I actually wrote a Post-it note, and I knew on day one when to enter the program, so that way I can learn more. Maybe it was something that I just didn't know, and I can learn more in how to create this idea into reality.
So what went through your mind? What were you feeling when your name was called as the winner of the service category?
So the first thing that popped into my head was, I did it. This little dream that was in the back of my head for the last 5 years will actually become reality. And then immediately after that was like, Lauren, don't fall. I would like to thank Liftoff Houston and its sponsors by providing me the knowledge to help adults with disabilities live their best lives. Thank you.
So Lauren, so since you've actually won that category and you have your $10,000, what's the current status of your business? How has that changed how you approach your business?
So we're currently enrolling. So please go on to www.theblockhouston.org to enroll. And then also we have pivoted a little bit and added a different program as well, which is called Adventures with the Block. And so Adventures with the Block is a mobile program. So it's a mobile special needs day program in which we go out into the community. We pick them up in a certain location of Houston, and we take them for approximately 8 hours of the day. And while we're at this festival or this concert or the movies, we're actually giving them the social skills on demand on how to have a better experience. So that way, when they go back with their parents and whatnot, there are no issues. They're able to handle the noise. And so this program is for 13 and up, and it's every weekend, it's every school holiday, and it's every break, spring break, summer, and winter break.
Oh, that sounds amazing. So what is your plan? What are your plans for the next year for your business?
So for the next year, it's to have our brick and mortar for the adult day program, and then also to continue to roll out the mobile program and to have different locations throughout Houston so people can so people can use our services no matter where they're located surrounding Houston.
So Lauren, what advice would you give a business owner who's interested in entering the Liftoff Houston competition?
So if you're thinking about entering, I would suggest if you have this idea that's in the back of your head, you should go and enter the business plan competition, because it's going to put you in the right mindset to understand what it is that you need in order to make your dream a reality. And even if you actually do have a current business, then you need to attend the classes, because there's always information out there that you just don't know. That's out there. You can meet other people that have the same mindset as well.
So what were some of the most impactful classes that you took throughout the several months in the competition?
So the pitching classes were very informative to make you to speak about your business, because when you're working on the business, you don't really have that many opportunities to speak about it. You can think about it, but actually speaking and making it clear and not using jargon that helps for others to really understand your concept of your business.
So as a business owner, so outside of the business plan competition, just what advice in general would you give budding entrepreneurs? So 3 pieces of advice that you would convey.
I would say do your research, because I accidentally made the mistake of actually paying for an EIN number. I did not have a business background. I thought that that's what you're supposed to do. But if I would have attended those classes at Liftoff, I would have known that it's free. Okay. And you will learn more information in starting your business.
So do you have any additional advice that you'd like to convey aside from that?
Be yourself.
Okay.
And if you have your idea, more than likely it's a good one. And the more you speak about it, don't keep it a secret. Speak about it, and people will let you know if it's a good idea or not, or give you suggestions on how to make it better.
Thank you, Lauren, for coming on the show today and helping this very special population.
Thank you for having me.
And that's our show. Please join us next time to learn more about opportunities with the City of Houston and across our great city on Insights to Opportunity. And to learn even more about other opportunities, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Just search for @Houston-OBO. Welcome to Insights to Opportunity. I am your guest host, Marsha Murray, Deputy Director for the Office of Business Opportunity. On today's episode, we are joined by the winners of our latest Liftoff Houston Business Plan competition. We will learn how they got started, what motivates them, and what advice they have for aspiring entrepreneurs.
This year alone, we had over 450 participants, and today we have 9 awesome finalists. I talked to Maridel, who represents Capital One, and I said, "Oh, girl, you got a hard job." She had to. She was a judge for two of the categories, and so she has a hard job. I've never had to judge. I've always just had the pleasure of seeing the aspiring entrepreneurs shake, and so I'm really excited about that.
Our show, Insights to Opportunity, along with the Office of Business Opportunity, is committed to providing information on events, resources, and contracting opportunities. And we do it all in support of our mission to educate, connect, and grow local minority and women-owned businesses. Liftoff Houston is the City of Houston's annual business plan competition. In 2018, it celebrated its 6th year with a record number of contestants, nearly 400. After months learning about financing and business strategies and regulations, it all came down to 9 finalists. Those entrepreneurs were invited to pitch their business plans to a panel of judges. Then a winner was selected in 3 categories and awarded $10,000 each, courtesy of Capital One. On this episode, we will speak with the winners. Joining us first is Jenna Zhang, the co-founder of Olympus Watches. She and her partner came up with an interesting twist on wristwear and were selected the winners of the product category. Jenna, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Marsha. It's an honor to be here.
Yes. So, Jenna, tell us about your business, Olympus Watches.
Olympus was founded around the time that Harvey hit Houston. We fortunately were not affected that badly, but a lot of our friends and neighbors and family were. And not only were their houses flooded, but their cars were as well. And when we watched the news, we realized that around the city, more than $1 million in not just regular cars, but exotic cars, specifically exotic cars, were flooded and damaged, and they're unsalvageable. So when we saw that news segment, we wondered, why is no one doing anything about this? Why is it going straight to junkyards or, getting the parts stripped and having a lot of that value just dissipate into thin air, right? So we wanted to do something to not only take value out of something that nobody else wants anymore, but give a portion of that money back to Houston. So we had experience making watches with Madasi. We created men's watches and we sell them online. And so we used that experience and we wanted to pivot into a new company that not only benefits the community, but sells a product that people would really want to buy.
That is such a unique idea.
Thank you.
It's the Rise Above initiative. It's inspired by Houston's recovery after Harvey, and we will donate $5 for each watch sold to Habitat for Humanity so communities just like Houston can rebuild, recover, and keep fighting.
So what made you enter the Liftoff Houston business competition?
So my partner and I got into an argument about starting this company. He said, well, no, this company is never going to succeed. And I wanted to prove him wrong, and I entered Liftoff mostly to validate my idea. Obviously, the prize money is, the cherry on top, but I definitely wanted to see if people would be receptive to it.
Okay. So tell us about the experience of pitching Olympus Watches at Liftoff Houston.
Oh my God. I was a nervous wreck until the moment I stepped on the stage. And then everything changed. This calm came about me, and I was just on there just telling my story. I wanted to get my voice heard, and I wanted to reach out to the judges and see, if they really vibed with me. And it all ended up really well. I was still in cold sweats by the time I stepped down the stage, but, you got to do what you got to do, right?
So how did you feel when Olympus Watches was announced as the product category winner?
I was in disbelief, and honestly, I just wanted to get validation for my project. I didn't expect to make it onto the stage and actually do the Shark Tank pitch and all of that, and I have no words even now.
Yeah. So so throughout the competition, obviously there are a series of classes that you take. What resonated with you? Which specific classes, experiences throughout the several months of the competition resonated with you the most?
Definitely the marketing and the very last one about how to deliver a good pitch. I'm a nervous wreck on stage. When I was a little kid in high school, I had extreme stage fright. I could not speak. And when I went on stage, I would just shake and freeze up, and I would forget all my lines. But through that class and watching Tony Robbins' videos and watching the video that was recommended to us of Simon Sinek, I realized that you just really have to speak your heart and just go at it, face your fears and do whatever it takes.
Okay. So since you've won the $10,000, how has that impacted your business?
Definitely was the single biggest impact for our business, because without the $10,000, without the win from Liftoff, we wouldn't have been able to start this business. And so with the connections that we've made through Liftoff Houston and the connections that we made elsewhere because of the entire experience, we were able to not only start our business, but launch our business forward.
Okay. And so what piece of advice would you give to that budding entrepreneur who's interested in actually entering Liftoff Houston competition?
Just go for it. You know, when I started, I didn't expect to make it this far. And I know a lot of entrepreneurs, they think, well, you know, my business isn't that special compared to others, but it is. Every business is special. And you really just have to be really passionate about what you do. And that vibe, that feeling would be passed on to the people around you. And when you speak about what you do and you love what you talk about, everybody would feel the same way about it.
So aside from advice about the competition, as an entrepreneur, what singular advice would you give to another entrepreneur about how to make sure that their business is a success?
Definitely be yourself. The first and foremost thing. If you try to do something that you don't 100% believe in, people are going to know. You definitely have to speak your mind and not say what you think other people would want to hear, and stand your ground when you're challenged.
Jenna, thank you so much for being on the show today and sharing with us your journey, and best of luck with your business.
Thank you for having me, Marsha.
Up next, we speak with the winner in the innovation category. Stay tuned.
The most important thing I learned from Liftoff is focusing more on the financials aspect of my business. Liftoff Houston taught me how to create a solid business plan with a solid cash flow and a working balance sheet.
From the workshops, I learned the value of networking. I learned the value of using your business cards when you go out to network.
When I heard about it, I was actually just starting the planning phase for my business. And the fact that it was a structured course that required the delivery of a business plan was perfect timing for me because I was just starting to think about writing a business plan.
I enrolled in the Liftoff Houston Business Plan competition to increase my knowledge on researching the market and refining my business plan.
Are you a small business owner with a legal issue? Would you like some free advice? Then we invite you to attend our virtual legal lab, which offers 30 minutes to discuss your issue with an attorney, and all for free. It is a service offered by the City of Houston's Office of Business Opportunity and the law firm Vincent & Elkins. The meetings are held at our offices in downtown Houston, where you'll be connected to a qualified attorney via Skype. The free service is offered once a month and slots fill up fast. For more information and to submit a meeting request, visit our website, houstontx.gov/OBO, and click on the Virtual Legal Lab link. Welcome back to the show. I don't have to tell you how complicated life can be. And now there are numerous apps promising to uncomplicate your work life or your chores. But how about one to get your social life in order? Joining us today is Alphonso Roundtree, the winner in the innovation category for the 2018 Liftoff Houston Business Plan Competition, to talk about his new app, Social Bevy. Alphonso, I'm so happy that you can join us.
Oh, I'm glad to be here, and thank you for the invitation.
No problem. So tell us how you conceived of Social Bevy.
Wow. I actually started Social Bevy. The idea was born from a previous website that I launched in Florida called thatswhatsup.com. It was an event online portal that basically told people in the city of Tampa about different events and activities. And, the city of Tampa is a lot smaller than Houston, obviously, so there wasn't as much to do. So I didn't have a lot of information all the time. And so I started thinking, like, how can I make my product a lot more grand, right? Like, how can I make it more robust? How can I make it where more people wanted to come to it? How can I make it where people wanted to be on it every day? And so I just started to think, like, when it came to events and activities, what are some of the things they needed? I traveled a lot. I was a former NFL player, so understanding when I went places a lot of times, I didn't know how to find the things that I liked, right? And if you did that, you had to ask somebody. Maybe the hotel concierge may know, may not, And so I felt like if there was a tool, right, that could connect you to events based on what your interests are, like, wow, how valuable would that be? Because there was no household name for that, right? Like you ask somebody now, how do they find events? They might say Google. They might say a bunch of other platforms that I won't name because they're competition now. But
I understand.
But I felt like in doing that, if I could provide a service that completes, your whole social engagement. Like a lot of times when people are hanging out with friends, they have to organize and manage, all of these people, then all the activities, get everybody on the same page. And I just thought if I could make your life simple when it came to your social life and then encourage social activity at the same time, I thought I produce a valuable tool.
Alphonso Roundtree, and the founder and creator of Social Bevy. And again, it's a mobile concierge platform that's going to connect people to events and activities based on what they like. So no more trying to wondering where you're going to find events and stuff to do, whether it's with your family, your friends, or by yourself. It'll connect you to those events, give you access, give you information, give you tickets. You could book travel, you could book transportation. Everything you need to get to that event and get home again, you'll be able to do through this platform.
So how specifically does Social Bevy work?
So that's kind of the recipe, secret sauce.
Okay.
Share
a little bit.
The way it works is you go on and you just create a profile. And when you create that profile, you identify what interests you have in terms of social activity, whether it's music, art, business activities, church, it doesn't matter. Family, if you got kids, it doesn't matter. It's not limiting in any way. And then we also want to know within these categories, what particular areas within those categories are you interested in? So if you like music, we want to know what type of music. If you like art, what type of art? So if you like jazz or if you like country music. So then the app then feeds you information based on your profile, tied to the things that you're interested in. And so then not only does it give you that information, it gives you access. So if you need to buy tickets, you could buy tickets through our platform. If you need to get an Uber or a Lyft, you could do that through the app. In the future, we're going to add other services that will make your life easier in terms of engaging socially. So the goal is to provide a one-stop shop for social engagement.
Well, I certainly look forward to using Social Bevy. So I'm interested in hearing about what made you enter the Liftoff Houston business business plan competition.
Quite honestly, it's because I wanted to win the money, right? I got to win the money. I saw the opportunity to join, and I actually joined, I want to say like a few days before the deadline. Like I'd seen it, and I was like, I'll get back to it. And then I was doing some more research, and I realized that I was approaching that time, and I said, you know what, I need this opportunity. And what I didn't expect was to gain the valuable information and have the experience that I was going to get in the program, because I had no idea. I was just going in, listen, there's an opportunity to win 10,000. I need this to help finish my app and finish, working on some of the marketing and some of those things. So whatever I got to do that, let's go. But, in attending the workshops and meeting some of the other business owners and being a part of the whole program, it was valuable in and of itself.
So since you were awarded that $10,000 check, how has that contributed to your business? How's your business going now?
So things are going really well. Because of that, the money that we won, we're able to finish the app. So we're looking at actually launching the first phase of the platform in the next few weeks. And we're looking to have our soft launch coming up here real soon. And we've been able to engage with a lot of major corporations, such as some customers that I probably should name. But we're working with some major corporations from around the city of Houston and otherwise on working on our platform, and so we've been able to really engage and start operating our business.
So so we've discussed before that your intention is certainly to take Social Bevy global. Can you talk a bit about that? Because our office is definitely encouraging all our local business to think about all of those global opportunities that exist to expand your business.
Yeah, so my goal is to make Social Bevy to where no matter where you are in the world, right? Whether if you're traveling out of the country, you still want to find things to do, right? You still want to, if you're going to go for it, whether it's for vacation or business or whatever, you still want to know, hey, where are these things that I might be interested in? Or educating you on different things that may be in that city or in that place that you can do and find and connect to those things seamlessly. And so that's what I want Social Bevy to be, not only to provide you information of that particular location, but also get you there.
Yes.
Like, we want to be able to get you there. You could travel, you could make your hotel arrangements, and you could have one seamless solution that connects you. So it's like I call it your social concierge, and that's what we want to be, your global social concierge.
Oh, that's amazing. So what advice, Alphonso, would you give to entrepreneurs who are thinking about entering Liftoff Houston Business Plan competition?
What I would tell them is to make sure they study, make sure they understand, and make sure they soak up the knowledge of information that you gain from being a part of this competition. Prepare yourself as well. Go into it knowing that, yes, you're supposed to create a business plan through here, but why not take a shot on creating it yourself before you even get into it? So that way you have a better understanding of what it is that they're asking of you prior to you getting into the competition. Because I think if you have some level of understanding that, you tend to receive the information that you're getting from some of the mentors and some of the workshops that they provide for you better.
Thank you so much for being on the show today and really sharing your wonderful words of advice for entrepreneurs.
Thank you for having me.
Up next, we chat with the winner of the service category. Stay tuned.
When I moved to Houston and I kind of had the spark for perhaps starting my own business, I started to connect myself into the entrepreneurial ecosystem, if you will, or the startup ecosystem. So, through one of those membership organizations, I got on the email list, and so then I got the email, and I started learning about Liftoff and SCORE and other avenues and organizations that are here in Houston to help startups get launched.
I was able to learn about business credit, which is something that's not usually thoroughly explained. And also I was able to reach out to a SCORE mentor who helped me thoroughly.
I heard about Liftoff Houston from the SCORE email list, and our mentor John Harris put us on that email list, and I was sent an email. It sounded like a great way for us to get involved in getting mentored more.
The Office of Business Opportunity Solutions Center is a resource provided by the City of Houston for small business owners. The center provides no-cost programs and services designed to help entrepreneurs thrive in today's competitive business environment. Services such as permitting and licensing information, business resource guides, and referrals for financial assistance are just a few of the services offered for established and aspiring entrepreneurs. The Office of Business Opportunity Solutions Center is committed to promoting business development in the Houston region. To learn the latest on workshops, conferences, and local business information, connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. Just search for @HoustonOBO.